breath to the body-mind connection. Can you hear the sound of your breath? How does it sound? Does the inhale sound different to the exhale? Are your shoulders directly over your hips? What's your tendency? Do you tend to roll forwards through the shoulders? Do you tend to collapse through the back, through the chest? Sitting for a few more moments, enjoying the time to just be. Not have to be on a device, be on the phone, having to do something, anything, but just time to be still, to reflect, to practice the art of being present. And let's bring the palms together now, just connecting yin and yang, bringing balance into our bodies, minds, and eventually into our lives. Namaste, everybody. So let's interlace the fingers and just stretch the arms out, so shoulder height. So just roll the spine or the shoulders forwards. Take the chin to the chest and get a nice stretch through the back of the body, especially in between the shoulder blades. This is where we tend to, as you all know, I'm sure, hold a lot of tension. Okay, now we inhale, we reach the arms up to the ceiling, bringing the shoulders down, so make sure that they are drawn down, stretching up as high as you can, lifting out of the waist, and we draw the front ribs back. So it just depends on how much flexibility or mobility you have in your shoulders. You may have the hands here, you may have the hands here, it doesn't really matter, as long as you're getting a stretch for wherever you're at. Okay, now let's do the same again. Bring the palms together this time, round through the spine. And now turn the palms away, sit up straight, pin the shoulder blades into the back. Inhale, reach the hands up just as far as you can without bringing the shoulders up around your ears. Now let's place the hands behind the head, bring the elbows towards each other, clip, and then round through the spine again. Inhale, let's open the elbows wide. Now this time you can pop your ribs out, looking up. And exhale, do the opposite, chin to chest. Inhale up, following the breath. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And let's inhale, come into a neutral position, release the hands up again, out to the side. Take the right arm underneath the left. Thumb, hold on to your thumb or fingers. Now, if you've got shoulder injuries here, everyone looks pretty good, but if it's too much, then you just slide the left arm across to the right. Otherwise, we're in this position, we reach the arms up as high as we can, and you might even lift back or lean back just a little bit to increase the stretch through the shoulders. Head is in a comfortable position. Good. Getting a stretch under. Yep, perfect. So like I said, it doesn't matter where you're at, you need to be able to modify and be comfortable working with injuries, areas of resistance. Everyone's going to be slightly different. Good, and then lowering the elbows down, and let's reach the arms out to the side. Right arm to the side, roll the left shoulder down and back and reach over to the right. So now we start to get a nice little stretch through the side of the body. And you might even make it onto the forearm, but keep the weight through that opposite buttock. Breathing deep into the belly, head supported. Inhale, coming up, reach the arms out to the side. This time we take the left arm under the right. Reaching the hands up. Good, and then you might even just start to lean back just a little bit, just to increase the shoulders, stretch through the shoulders. Breathing into those areas. Remember, it's all about the breath. And now bring the arms down, release the hands out to the side. Good. Left hand down, roll the top shoulder down and back, and reach over to the left. Peeling that top shoulder back as far as you can. Nice. Expanding into the belly with the breath, drawing it back on the exhale. Inhale, let's come up, and let's come forwards onto the hands and knees. So let's continue to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. So knees hip width apart. Let's walk the hands forwards. And just as you move into this pose, just gradually lean into one shoulder and then the other shoulder. Just do this a few times before you settle yourself into a full deep stretch. The forehead on the floor. And once you're in this position too, you can keep shifting the hips from side to side. Up to you, or you might enjoy more of a static option. And if it's too strong for you, you just slide your buttocks back to your heels. If you want to go stronger, slide your hips forwards. Okay, now let's keep the right arm straight. Just bring yourself up a little bit here. Bring the left hand back. And we're going to keep pushing into that right shoulder, right side of the body. Resting the head on the arm or on the floor. Breathing into that right side now. Inhale, come up. Other side, left arm straight, bring the right hand back. Leaning into the left shoulder, left side of the body. Relaxing the head. And let's inhale, come up. So let's spread through the fingers, middle finger side straight. So let's just loosen up through the torso now. So we might just swing it from side to side. Just first of all, lifting the shoulder blades off the back, and then we start to go around in circles. And if you feel comfortable moving in a circular direction, just close your eyes and try and be as fluid as you can. And if there are areas that feel a little bit more resistant, then just try and loosen them up. So it might be the pelvis, or it might be through the rib area or shoulders. And back in the opposite direction. And then back into a neutral position. Let's inhale, take the right leg up. Let's flex the foot, keep the hips even, and keep bringing the ribs back. So belly in, ribs back. So bent leg gap, so pushing into the ball of the big toe. Exhale, bring the knee forwards. Inhale again, pushing into the ball of the big toe and the heel. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, flex, get that glute engaged. Exhale. Inhale, flex. Now from here, we're going to bring this right knee to the outside of the right arm and bring it up as high as you can. So there's a little bit of core work here. And let's inhale, flex the foot. Flex the foot, Rebecca. That's it. Exhale across the body now to the left arm. Inhale, flex. Right arm. Inhale, flex. Arm straight and left. 2 more. Flex and right 1. Flex 2. Okay, now we take this leg up, flex the foot, keep the knee exactly where it is, and stretch the leg out. And bend it. Keep the knee high, flex or straighten the leg, drop that hip a little bit, Joe. Bend, stretch it out. So you're really engaging the glute here. Bend, keep the knee high, flex, or straighten, I should say. Flex the foot. Yep, bend, and stretch it out. Good, and then release. Okay, now let's just stretch out through the hips. So shift the hips to the right and roll over the hip. Just stretching out the glute, other side, left, and then right again, forwards and back. And now we're going to go through the middle, out to the side and back. Rolling around. Back in the opposite direction. Good. And then come forwards and we just begin to bring the hips forwards just a little bit, just checking in with our lumbar. So if it's too strong, don't bring the hips too far forwards. So we're just warming the back up again. So just notice if you're dropping into the shoulders, into the chest, and lift out of the shoulders. And really pin those shoulder blades into the back again. And then draw the belly button back, bringing the hips back. Tuck the toes under, and let's place the buttocks on the heels. Let's do it again. So rounding up, chin to the chest, toes pointing away, and gently bringing the hips forwards, just to a comfortable position. Right. Draw the belly button back, tuck the toes under, buttocks on the heels. Inhale, rounding. 2 more. Squeeze the buttocks so you're actively lifting out of the chest, lumbar. Draw the belly button back, tuck the toes under, stretch the toes out. And 1 more. Good, shoulders back. Draw the belly button back. Stay on the hands and knees here. On the exhale, bring the left knee in. And now we flex the foot, pushing into the ball of the big toe. And exhale, knee in. Inhale, flex. Exhale. Flex. Exhale. Inhale, flex. Exhale. Flex. Exhale. Inhale, flex. So from here, on the exhale, we're going to bring the knee now as high up into the left armpit as we can. And let's inhale, flex the foot. Right armpit or right arm. Inhale, flex. Arm straight, left. Inhale, right. Keep going, a few more. Left. Inhale. Right. Keep it slow, keep it mindful. Left. And one more. Right. And now inhale, take the leg up, keep it up, and stretch it out. You'll feel your hamstrings getting involved as well. Bend the leg, keep the knee up. And straighten. Bend. Straighten, kick it away. Bend. Straighten. Two more. And one more. Bend. Keep it strong. Stretch it away. And release it on the floor. Good. So from here, just move a little bit from one side to the other. Stretching out through the hips again, buttocks. And then tuck the toes under. And we're going to come forwards here. We're going to rest the arms, wrists, shoulders. And we're just going to hang forwards in Uttanasana. So just loosening up, moving a little bit, just to get into the hamstrings, back, head relaxed. So let's just hang out here for a few more moments. And you might alternate between bent legs and straight legs, just depending how strong the stretch is through the legs. Okay, now let's bend the legs, so the belly, chest on the thighs. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, stretch the arms over. And then turn from one side to the other. Bring the head completely. Back into a neutral position here. Release the hands. Now we're going to bend the right leg and place the right fingertips on the floor in the middle of our feet and forwards. And then we're going to reach the left arm up to the ceiling. So we want to try and get as much length through the torso as we can. You want to really peel back through that top shoulder. So the right hand is down, right leg bent. Palm turned towards the tennis courts. Okay, now do the other side. So we take the left hand down, we bend that left leg, and we reach the right arm up to the ceiling, peeling back through the top shoulder again. Nice and straight through the torso. Other side, right hand down, bend the right leg, reaching up. Open the chest a bit more, Rebecca. Yes. And last time, left hand down. Bend the left leg, right leg straight. And now let's place the hand down and let's walk forwards into downward dog. So check out your alignment here. Wriggle the feet back. And let's walk the legs out on the spot. Shifting through the hips again, letting the head relax. Bend the legs, pushing back through the shoulders and armpits. And walk the legs out again on the spot. And come to the knees. Turn the inside elbows forwards, bring the shoulders over the wrists, and we brush the torso with our arms. So you're only going to come down as far as you can push back up comfortably. So some of you might just come down this much and then push yourself back up. If you can come all the way down, that's good, Tash, then come all the way down to just off the floor and then up. Good. So 5. Steady, check in with your shoulders when you come down. Make sure that you're not overcompensating, especially if you've got a weaker shoulder. Elbows in. Nice. Good. And then on your 5th one, or when you're finished, come back into downward dog. Lengthening down through the heels, lift the toes up, strong through the base of the fingers. Let's step the right foot forwards in between the hands. Back knee can be on or off the floor. Push into that front foot and reach the arms up. So we're going to take hold of the left wrist. We lift out of the left side of the waist. So you guys are all going to be leaning that way. And we're going to stretch out through the left hip flexors. Good. And kick into that back heel. So bring the ribs in as well. Try and lift out of the lumbar a little bit so you're not just dipping out. It's a little bit of control or support through that band. Good. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let's step back, downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, stretching out. Plank position now. Squeeze the buttocks, draw the belly in, hold it here. Let me come and have a look. Feel free to rest at any time. Otherwise, holding. Up a little bit there. Good. Core strength, core engaged. Broaden through the shoulder blade area. Good. Squeeze the buttocks. Get that connection. Okay, those of you doing a straight-legged chaturanga, straight legs, otherwise knees to the floor, elbows in, onto the floor, and we come into cobra, high or low, or on the forearms. And then draw the belly back, downward dog. And let's do the other side, step the left foot lightly forwards, pushing into that foot, reach the arms up, strong legs. Take hold of the right wrist. Lift out of the right side of the waist, leaning to the left. Good. And kick into that back heel. So you're literally trying to lift out of that right hip. So you're getting a really good deep stretch through the right side. Front knee facing forwards. Inhale, back to center. Now we step the back foot to the front. Both feet are together at this stage. Fold forwards. Inhale, lift up to halfway, fingers on the floor or hands on the knees. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend the legs, arms wide as we come up. Embrace the breath and come back to your center. 2 sun salutations. Let's flow. Reach up. Enjoy the process. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, lifts you up to halfway, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga, straight legs or knees to the floor, coming down. Cobra or upward dog. And downward dog. Nice. Or stay on the knees. Up to you. Right foot forwards. Reach the arms up. Smooth. Yep. Downward dog, or if you want to rest your shoulders, stay on the knees. Plank position. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. And downward dog. Nice. And we step the left foot forwards. Back knee on or off the floor again. Arms up. Shoulders soft. Exhale. Downward dog or stay on the knees. Up to you. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or upward dog, and downward dog. Yes. Or rest on the knees. So you're either on the knees or downward dog. Getting the length if you're in downward dog. If it's too much, resting on the knees. Bend the legs now, jump or step, both feet to the hands. Long spine, inhale. Exhale. Bend the legs, arms wide, big breath, reach up and back to center. Second time. Exhale, bowing down, relax. Long spine, inhale. Exhale, stepping into downward dog. Plank. Straight legs or knees to the floor. Cobra or upward dog and downward dog. Keeping the flow. Right foot forwards. Knee on or off the floor. Arms up. Good. Exhale. Knees, downward dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Up. Go Tash. Downward dog or knees. And we step the left foot forwards. Reach up. So move with the breath. Exhale. Downward dog or knees. Plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Go. And downward dog. Or resting in child's pose. Go. Stay here while I have a little walk around. Spread through the fingers, shoulders nice and relaxed. So actively working down through the heels. Just watch you not popping out too much there. So just notice too what your tendencies are. If you do or are quite flexible through the midline, so through the ribs, your tendency will probably be to push into that a little bit, which is fine every now and then. And your hands are not even, Alison, just check your hands. It's okay every now and then, but you wouldn't want to be doing it all the time. Okay, bend the legs, let's jump or step, both feet to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, let's fold forwards. Bend the legs, pushing down, reaching the arms up and back to center. Good. So from here, let's step the right foot back. Come into Virabhadrasana 2. So check your alignment and let's reach the arms out. Shoulders relaxed. And then bend that front leg. You have a look at your front knee. Make sure that that's nice and even. Arches lifted. And shoulders over the hips. So you're looking over your front middle finger. Keeping the gaze soft. Knee out a little bit more. Shoulders relaxed. Good. Breath is steady. And work those arms. And now if you get sore arms, hands on the hips. Good. Okay, now let's lift the back heel up. Now you can either step forwards and roll back if you like the rolls, or you can step back and move through a vinyasa, or you might just stay in downward dog, or you might just stretch out. Okay, so if you're resting your shoulders, then when other people do vinyasa or downward dog, you might just choose to stretch the arms forwards. Okay, bend the legs, jump or step, both feet to the hands. Everybody, inhale, lift up to halfway. Exhale, fold forwards, bend the legs, pushing down, reach the arms up. And exhale down the front, and we step the left foot back. So set yourself up, reach the arms out to the side, Virabhadrasana 2, and then bend that front leg. Good. And take your time to check in with your alignment. Remember, Front heel cuts back foot in half, both arches lifted, strong legs, and that front knee is facing straight ahead. Soft gaze. Good. So when we work the arms as well, we're drawing the underneath part of our arm onto the bone, so really bringing some life and action into our arms. Good. Now just go a little bit wider. Yeah, perfect. Good. Excellent. Good. Nice focus. Okay, choose your option. You can step back, you can step forwards, you can roll if you want to roll, or you might just hang forwards, rest. And that'll change every week, depending on your energy levels at the time. All right, lots of vinyasas, great. Okay, those of you in hanging forwards, step back into downward dog. So we're all in downward dog. And we're going to step the right foot forwards. Now from here, we're going to place the right hand on the floor and we're going to take this left leg up, turn the hip sideways, turn the foot sideways, and then you might just keep that hand on the hip or raise it up to the ceiling. Ardha Chandrasana. Now remember, we've done this one on the wall, so make sure so that you don't go back to the wall. Make sure that that back leg is strong. Gosh. That's it. That's good, Joe. No, just bring your hand, I reckon, about there. Yep. Yeah, and then lifting up. Good. Good, strong back leg. Flex that foot. Okay, choose your option. Hang forwards here. A rest, Uttanasana, or roll back or step back. Yeah, you do. It's nice to do the roll. Bit of fun. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. So you can either step your left foot forwards or right foot back. Take your time, hand on the floor first of all. Take that right leg straight back. You can even look back and see that it's at hip height. Turn the right hip up to the ceiling and then reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Or rest it on your hip. Imagine that foot is against the wall. Good, nice. Flex the foot, Alison. Yep, and you're turning that hip up. Just in the nick of time. Nice. Okay, choose your option. Roll, hang forwards, step back. Good. All right. Now let's roll these shoulders out that way. Yes, that's better. And relax the head. Yep, better. Yeah. So, okay. Right, let's twist a little bit. Step the right foot forwards. Back knee on the floor at this stage. Reach the arms up and twist to the right. So palms together. And when we push the palms together, we peel the top shoulder off and the chest off the thigh. Good. Now you can look down if you decide to take that back knee off the floor, going a little bit further. So looking down, this will help. Fingers turn towards me. Yep, getting the space, the length through the spine. And the back leg is nice and strong. Now just peel that shoulder back. Yes, there you go. Good. Okay, now take the hands down to the floor on the inside of that front and take the front foot out wide so you're coming into a lunge. So let's sink down, stretch out the hip flexors, You can either have the knee on the floor if it's too strong, so we've still got that right foot forwards. So you've either got the knee on or off the floor. Good, sinking into the hips. You might sway a little bit from one side to the other. Just getting as much depth and stretch as you can. Okay, back knee on the floor now. So we're going to take this left hand out to the side, turn the hand sideways, rest the right forearm on the right thigh. Yep, turn the foot out to the side. And you guys are all going to be looking over that shoulder, so your right shoulder, toes pointing away, and we just gradually begin to drop that left hip towards the floor, looking over the right shoulder. And you might even open up that hip a little bit, push it out, getting a nice strong stretch through the side of the waist, right forearm on the thigh. Good, and just bring your foot forwards a bit more, Anna. Yeah, perfect. Bringing your hip forwards. Yeah, that's it. Quite a strong stretch for a lot of people. Inhale, let's come up. Now we're going to place the hands down. We're going to wriggle this foot out to the side and lift the toes up. Yep. So some of you will be up here on the fingertips, that's fine. Just slide your foot as far forwards as you can. Doesn't have to be too big. Just do what you can do, manage. So just to straighten that leg might be enough for you, probably will be. And then if you can straighten it, that's when you can start to maybe slide the foot forwards a little bit more. Or not. We won't be here for too long. You can change the position of your hands. I always alternate between this position or fists. Sometimes that's the hardest part, the weight through the fingers. Another few breaths here. Okay, let's inhale. Now gently, slowly come out. Bring this front foot out to the side, probably the easiest. And choose your option. So you can either rest in child's pose, you can move through downward dog, you can roll back, or you might just stretch out into downward dog. Good. Nice. Good. Good, Tash. Okay, so let's do all of that on the other side. Let's step the left foot forwards. We come into Pavrita, Parshvakonasana, back knee on the floor first of all. Inhale, reach the arms up. So you're twisting towards the tennis courts, taking the arm across. When we push the palms together, we pull that top shoulder back and we lift the chest off the thigh. Fingers turn towards me. Now those of you taking that back knee off the floor, tuck the toes, take the knee up and get your hips a little bit high as well so that you're not collapsing into that front thigh. And lift the chest up off the thigh. Yes. So there's no collapse anywhere. Shoulders back. Good. And let's exhale, release the hands down, take this front foot out to the side, and we come into our lunge. So we start to work into the right hip flexors, and the back knee can be on the floor if you like. So I think you all had your back knee off the floor on the other side. So just make sure that it's the same. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to make it the same, especially if you do your more flexible side first and then figure out that you can't actually do the same on the other side, but you'll get to know where your imbalances are pretty quick. Breathing in, just slowing down And let's place the knee on the floor, toes pointing away. Right hand out to the side. Left forearm on the thigh, so make sure the ankle's under the knee, in front is okay as well. And then we just bring that right hip down towards the floor. So we're looking over the back shoulder. Getting a nice strong stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale, come up. So now from here, we stretch out the hamstrings. So we wriggle this foot forwards and we lift the toes up. So you might come up a little bit higher onto the fingers and just tune in to how far you can go here. And hands on the inside, Joe. So the legs actually goes out to the side a little bit, not forwards. Yeah. Closing the eyes. A few more breaths here. Okay, let's slowly inhale, come back. Choose your option, child's pose or vinyasa or downward dog. Nice, Alison. So I'm seeing some good straight-legged chaturangas, which is good. Getting more strength, that's for sure. Okay, so let's bring the right shin bone forwards now. We come into pigeon. So right shin bone forwards, stretching out through the left leg. Okay, now if you struggle to get the buttock on the floor, then you can actually you can place your block underneath, maybe even underneath your buttocks. So I haven't been bringing my props in. Maybe I should. So if you are struggling to get that buttock on the floor, that's fine, but you don't want to be up too high. You want to actually try and find, at this stage anyway, try and find the best position without using a prop, because we don't have them handy at the moment. So I'll come around and have a little look in a moment anyway. So let's keep that back leg straight, active. Now, if you're in this position, you don't have to come forwards, but if you're in a position and you're not really feeling much, that's when you start to bring this foot forwards. Okay, could be anywhere from shin bone parallel to the front edge of the mat, or halfway back, or a little bit forwards, doesn't matter. But we want to try and get or work that left hip down towards the floor. That's what's going to give you a good stretch through the buttock and through the hip. Now, like I said, you don't have to all come forwards. That's up to you. You might find that being upright actually gives you more of a stretch. Okay, now I'm just thinking, how's that feel for you? Is that giving you quite a good? It's okay. Good stretch, or too strong, or just right?
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, so what you can do, if you begin to relax a little bit more, just over time with the breath, you just slowly begin to work that buttock down towards the floor, but keep that leg active, stretching out. Yeah, so that's not too bad, as long as you're getting a stretch there. Because already you're sort of soft. And maybe in a few more breaths, you might even get that down. Good. Okay, but you could probably come over here a little bit. How's that feel? This one, yeah. But this hip, you're working down. But you want to get that buttock on the floor first. Yeah, but that's more balanced. Yep, that looks good. 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 Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's come up. So just before we move on, so before I said you don't all have to come down. Sometimes, so for me and other people as well, sometimes I get more of a stretch if I stay upright and just shift my weight into that left hip. So I was just saying to Gabe as well, you're working that buttock, eventually you're working the right buttock down. And then when you get that buttock down, then you start to shift the weight into that left hip. Otherwise, you can easily lift that buttock up and lean into that hip, but you're not getting as strong a stretch. So that's easy, but I'm missing out on the stretch. So I try and work that down, and then I work that hip down. Okay, so let's reach back now. Anna's already out of it. Don't you like this one? Okay. She's ready to go. Jaya, stand in front of the door, honey. No. Put the broomstick across the door. Let's reach back and take hold of the left foot. Don't worry, Anna, all of these guys have the same thoughts or had the same thoughts. And they're still here. Okay, now Gabe, try and get on your buttock first. So sit on your buttock if you can. Yeah. Okay, so this is a good starting point though. And then, no, you can sit up, yep, but this is a good starting point just because for some people, if they're up like this, it's harder for them to get hold of the foot. So if you start on your buttock, reach back, take hold of the foot, and then if you want to go further, or you can, you take this hand and you lean into it and lift up. Yeah, but you want to move that hand towards Anna. So you can lean into it. Because if I have, just have a look, if I have this hand, the right hand here, then I'll fall over, okay? Unless I fall back into it, but I don't. I want to be leaning forwards to get into that left hip. Yeah. And we work that left hip down towards the floor. So let's breathe here and take the foot away. So just release it a little bit or as far as you can. Nice big inhale, and then exhale, bring the heel towards the buttock. So we're working it. Breathing in, releasing the foot. And we exhale, bring the heel in, sinking into the left hip. 2 more. Exhale, bring the heel in. And 1 more, breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And let's release. Place the hands down, tuck the back toes under, and let's lift up and stretch out into downward dog. And as you walk the legs out on the spot, just feel the difference between left and right. Hopefully you'll feel a difference. Okay, if you want to move through a vinyasa, feel free. Otherwise, bringing the left leg forwards. Other side. So let's see how we go on this side. So we stretch that back leg back. We position ourselves. Maybe not, depending. Bringing the foot up or not. Really working back through that back leg. Now you can choose, again, if you want to come forwards here, or if you find you actually get more of a stretch by staying upright and twisting. Closing the eyes, enjoying these sensations of the stretch. Listen to your Ujjayi breath. Shoulders soft. Good. Now, is this your stiffer side? Look a bit stiffer. So that's that side then, is it? Yeah, okay, so it is resistant, it's making a bit more resistant, okay. So that's, how's that feel then, okay? Yep, good. So just keep working, actively working back through that back leg. Good. Okay, let's inhale, come up. So we come onto that buttock, we reach back and we take hold of the right foot. So either staying on the buttock or take the hand over and prop yourself up. You're right there, listen. Cramp. Oh yeah, I've had that a lot this week actually. A lot of my students have had cramp. So we breathe in, we release the foot, and then we exhale, draw the heel in and drop into that right hip a little bit. So Anna, if this is too strong, come onto your left buttock. Yeah, you don't have to come up. That's it. Phew. And we breathe in, we release that foot and we exhale, bring the heel towards the buttocks. Good. As long as you're getting a stretch through the quads, you're getting a, yep, breathing in and exhale. And one more. Long, full breath and exhale. Good. And now let's release. So you can choose. You can either step back for your last vinyasa or downward dog, or you can bring this back leg round to the front and you can set yourself up for Shavasana relaxation. So there's quite a bit of wall space in here. So if you feel like you want a little bit of back support this evening, you might even take yourself to the wall, lie yourself back, and you can even do legs up the wall, or you might even take the legs wide and get a nice little stretch through the adductor, abductor muscles. And you can either have the arms wherever you feel comfortable, out to the side, on the belly, or palms up by the side of the body. And once you find that comfortable seat in Shavasana, take a couple of nice deep breaths here and relax, rest, settling in to a nice, still, quiet space. Not looking for anything, not expecting anything, just being quite comfortable in stillness.